and also just good lessons in life. So there you have it. And I hope you're going to enjoy it. I think you will. And it's going to be a good show. So let's dive into it, shall we? I am so glad you joined me this morning. There is so much more to come. You're listening to Home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Baruman has the...
Well, 2 British tourists have been robbed outside of a nightclub in Beverly Grove. Police are still looking for the robbers who used a gun and took expensive watches. Over 100 people remembered comedian Bob Saget in a private funeral at Mount Sinai Memorial Park. And 2 people are being held by police after a gun was fired off at the Moreno Valley Mall after an argument. And we'll have a look at some Double on the 405 next.
You might not think about your water heater very often. You probably shouldn't think about your water heater very often, but you're going to if it's not working, because, you know, there's nothing worse than wanting hot water, needing hot water, and then having ice-cold water instead. If that is you, you need to call Water Heaters Only. Water Heaters Only has been replacing water heaters, getting the job done right since 1968. When you need a new water heater, they're the only ones you need to call, because they are honest and they are reliable and they know everything there is to know about water heaters. Water Heaters Only also offers same-day service, the best products, and the lowest prices around. For a limited time, you can get 0% deferred interest financing. So call a company that does water heaters only. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Get a new water heater with 0 interest. Terms and conditions apply. Waterheatersonly.com. Waterheatersonly.com.
We're looking at a crash on the 405.
In Westminster on the southbound side of the 405, before the 22, it's a crash and car fire here that have only the left lane open. The fire's out now, but the cleanup continues. You're in the back of starting around Steel Beach Boulevard. All lanes remain shut down through Costa Mesa, 405 southbound, Harbor to Bristol. Late running Caltrans work here. They should be wrapping up that project in the next little while, but in the meantime, there are detour signs in place. Northbound side of the 405 at Beach Boulevard, heading through Huntington Beach. Reports of a new crash there in the 2 right lanes. And the ongoing problem in Mira, Lola 60 westbound at Etiwanda, all lanes shut down due to a crash. You're back into Country Village Road. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Zabucky.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need new hires in the new year? You need Indeed to help find your next hire. When you sponsor a post, you get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they're accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Before I started Rooter Hero Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John McClan. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach and keep these values at Rooter Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. You can also reach us at rooterhero.com. Thank you.
CL 102-8886.
Let's say you have an incident in your home, like a water leak, and then there's a lot of damage, of course, and you're going to file a claim, of course, with your homeowner's insurance. But the hard reality is, no matter how long you have been with your insurance or how faithfully you have paid your premiums, the adjuster who shows up at the door, you know, they work for the insurance company, not you. And what that company pays them to do is save the insurance company as much money as possible by paying out as little as possible. But there is another way. Every homeowner should know a public insurance adjuster, which means every homeowner in SoCal should know Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is Southern California's most trusted public insurance adjuster. It's simple. Abner Gap works for you. His only job is to get you all the money that your claim truly deserves. Nobody messes around with Abner Gatt and his team. Dealing with insurance companies is all they do. So don't make the mistake of trying to negotiate with your insurance company alone. Call Abner Gatt. Get the results that you deserve. His number, 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. Or just visit avnergat.com. That's AVNERGAT.com.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-881-4747. That's 1-800-881-4747. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-881-4747.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
I'm Tom from McCain Sock Company. At King 11, we've reimagined socks from the ground up because we make them in 11 individual sizes for men and 7 for women. Kane set the bar for how socks should fit and feel. They're the most comfortable socks you'll ever wear, and they're made right here in the USA. The moment you put them on, you know you're wearing something new and better. Once you try a pair of Kane 11s, you'll never go back to wearing socks in multi-size ranges again. Go to Kane11.com to use code RADIO and save 20% off your first order. We always ship for free. Only available at Kane11.com.
If you're tired of big cable bills, you can get Newsmax TV for free. Millions are watching Newsmax. Available now on major cable systems or for free on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and Vizio. Find it streaming on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, TiVo, Apple TV, and more. 7 million Americans have downloaded the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. It takes just seconds. Then watch us anytime, anywhere. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. Find out why. Start watching today. For official rules and more information about contests of this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Hey, it's Deborah Mark. We made the free iHeart app so you can listen to KFI everywhere you bring your phone. But there's so much more to discover inside the app, like Crazy in Love. Falling in love is the best feeling in the world. You see stars, you feel giddy, but sometimes it makes us do crazy things. Listen to stories about what happens when true crime meets true love. Open the free iHeart app and search Crazy in Love to start your true crime binge today. iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
Well, hey, how are you today? Leo Laporte here, the tech guy. Every weekend I come by, we talk tech, I give you the latest tech news, updates from all the companies, help you choose the tech to buy, answer your tech questions. I guess you're guessing, it's all about tech. This weekend and every weekend with me, Leo Laporte, the tech guy. Let's get into the year 2022 in style. Join me, won't you? I'll be looking for you at the Tech Guy Show.
Leo Laporte, this morning at 11. KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Team Sharp, the House Whisperer. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Hey, I want to hear about what's going on with your home today. So coming up in a few minutes, we're going to the phones. The lines are open now. Now is your chance to give me a call. Jump into the queue. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the number 2, Ask Dean. 833, I never say it 3 times. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. That just felt weird. It felt weird to say it 3 times, Dina. anything you want to talk about today regarding your home, design issues, construction issues, DIY stuff, whatever it may be, we will talk. So you are free to choose our topic. All right. Until then, let's dive back into a little bit of house therapy. I've got 5 life lessons for you to discuss during the program today. Here is number 1. And we're calling these design/life lessons because, I think they apply both ways. And yeah, the world of art and architecture and design is a very philosophical place. Why is that? Because we are speaking to human beings, because it's all about you, and you are a very complex and emotional creature. And that's kind of our job, I consider, as designers, to create spaces that that you want to inhabit. Everything we tend to in life is either practical or emotional. That is design and life lesson number 1. Everything. You think about it. Now, is it a slight oversimplification? I don't think so. Pretty sure it's not. Essentially, life boils down to the practical issues and to the emotional issues. And pretty much all of human life is about meeting those 2 kinds of needs. That's what I mean when I say that all architecture is essentially shelter and story. Now, why is this the first lesson of the day? Because a lot of folks just look past this. In fact, a lot of what we're talking about today are things that people tend to look past. They're like, well, listen, I see the eyes rolling. Dean, come on. I just want to make the living room look better. I would just want to redesign the kitchen, okay? Just a huge eye roll. Here we go. There it is. Why do we have to get into emotional stuff, psychological? Why is there a philosophy behind design? Just tell me what color tile to pick for the backsplash. I mean, really. You know what? I get that all the time. I get it a lot from folks. We hear it a lot in the design world, and a lot of designers just sort of cater to it, okay, because they just want to make their money and go their way. Not me, sorry, stopped at the wrong person, because I'm very passionate about these things. We don't just slap out random designs for people. If you are interested in having somebody design your kitchen for you, for instance, and you said, listen, I just want it to look like this picture in the magazine here. You know what? That's easy. That's so easy. It's relatively easy to do. You find the materials, you tell the contractor, okay, it's going to be like this, this, and this, and boom, you're done. That's not our goal. My goal is to build custom homes for custom lives. And to do that, we need to understand where you are at. You need to understand your relationship to your house. It's not mystical, okay? It's not supernatural, right? They call me the house whisperer. That's not because I actually talk to your house and it communicates, soulishly what it's longing for. That is not the thing. There actually is, by the way, a guy named the house whisperer over in the UK, and that's exactly what he does. He talks to your house and he works out its issues. That's not what I do, okay? It's just a nickname. But I will tell you this. I take very seriously the fact that architecture's point is to meet our emotional needs. And in order to start that process, we need to know where you are at. And every design should be both practical and emotionally fulfilling. Because why? Everything we tend to in life is either practical or emotional. All right, next life lesson. The world's most precious resource is time, and, in honoring of that, it is time for us to go to the news, and when we return, maybe we'll touch on this, or go back to the phones. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. I think your call's up next. Brian Baruman.
Well, a tsunami has hit an island in Tonga.
Eruptions from an underwater volcano triggered tsunami warnings and sent ash billowing into the sky Friday. 2 eruptions were recorded by Tonga Geological Services. from the underwater volcano within the 170 islands that form the Kingdom of Tonga. The first eruption happened Friday morning, the other Saturday afternoon. A tsunami wave flooded portions of Tonga's capital Saturday night, sending community members running for higher ground and causing water damage to churches, homes, and other structures.
Reporter Brad Siegel says a tsunami advisory has been issued for New Zealand's North Island. A tsunami advisory is also in effect for the coast of Southern California. Forecasters say high surf may reach SoCal beaches just before 8 this morning. 6 people have been shot outside a music hall in Oregon. Eugene Police Department Chief Chris Skinner says the shooting happened last night while rappers Lil Bean and Zay Bang were performing inside the venue.
What law enforcement found when they came on scene is what you would exactly expect when 6 people just got shot. These people are just, they're trying to get out of here.
When the shooter got away. Elaine Maxwell is set to be sentenced at the end of June for sex trafficking crimes. Maxwell was convicted last month of sex trafficking minors and other charges connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. She's facing up to 65 years in prison. A call for help about a car off the side of Angeles Crest Highway in LA County has led to the rescue of another driver. The CHP officer went out and found the car yesterday and called for rescuers. The CHP's Jonathan Boyd says that's when a Forest Service helicopter crew spotted a second car nearby.
Maybe 400 feet approximately down the ravine.
He says the Forest Service crew noticed a man inside that car
and performed some methods to extract that person and transport them to Huntington Memorial.
It's not clear how long the man had been down the ravine. There was no one in the first car. The CHP says that person got out and left the area. And we're going back to this crash on the 60.
In Miraloma, westbound side of the 60, just before Etowanda. All lanes have been blocked here by this crash. CHP trying to reopen at least a couple of the right lanes for you, but really heavy drive from the Fort Country Village Road. In Fountain Valley on 405 northbound past Magnolia, it's a crash in the 2 right lanes that had you jammed up starting at Warner Avenue. And southbound side of the 405 before the 22, we've had a crash and car fire being cleaned up with only the left lane open. Looks like they're making some progress here, but still a bit of a slowdown passing Steel Beach Boulevard and Costa Mesa 405 southbound Harbor to Bristol. All lanes have been shut down by Caltrans here. They're in the process of picking up those cones now. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Dubucky.
So, hopefully you have come to the place now where you are ready to build your new dream kitchen. If that is you, congratulations. It's 2022, life is fresh, you are hopeful, and you're about ready to dive in. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that the old kitchen designers made. That's why you're tearing that thing out. And I don't want you to make a whole list of new mistakes. So, what should you do? Totally free in-showroom consult at the kitchen store with an expert kitchen designer. You're going to get their creativity, you're going to get their wisdom, their insight, you're going to get flooded with inspiration in the kitchen store's 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom. They're right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, the kitchen store is the place for kitchen cabinets in all of SoCal. State-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing, no payments and no interest for a full year. Pricing that beats the big boxes. So, start the new kitchen right. Set up a free consult today by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN. And check out the kitchen store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Cloudy skies with a chance of showers. Highs in the mid-60s to low 70s at the beaches. Upper 60s in Metro LA and OC. Low 60s to low 70s in the inland valleys and upper 60s in the Inland Empire. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Berumen.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 800-908-1616 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-908-1616. That's 800-908-1616. 1-800-908-1616.
Sure, dude. You can come over
over to my place to watch the playoffs. I have like hundreds of TVs and a 30-foot video wall. My place being Morongo, that is. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Yeah, hundreds of TVs and a 30-foot video wall at Sideline with the Wahlburgers. You're not dreaming. It's Morongo.
Number 4.
Cozy gift giveaway. Get a 6-piece Martex towel set when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 17th or 18th.
3.
Resolve to relax. Couples massages at Sage Spa are specially priced this month.
And the number 2.
98 Degrees, live January 28th. Get your tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
Swipe and win. Get up to $100 cash or free slot play when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Live and local.
Our radio station.
KFI AM 640 and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. That's me. Hey, we're talking about house therapy and life lessons and getting ready to design. The things you need to do to get ready to design your home properly. All of the work, the real work that we do up front before we start picking materials. We'll get back to that in just a few, but as is our custom, 'tis time to go to the phones. Let's talk to Linda Sue. Linda Sue, welcome home.
Oh, hi. I'm so happy to talk to you this morning. We have a problem. We have a 30-year-old one-bedroom condo we're looking to update. We want to put in new baseboards and crown molding, and then we don't know what to do with the slider or bedroom window and the trim that would go around all the doorways. How do we address the sizing on that if the height of the ceiling is just 8 feet?
Okay, well, that's a really good question. Hopefully our learned students are sitting back saying, he's going to say tall baseboards. Yes, he is. He is going to say tall baseboards. So if you really want this to pop, 8-foot ceilings. Here is something that you're going to hear from me that you're not going to hear from a lot of folks, okay? Now, let me ask you this first. What are you trying to accomplish with your with the moldings, with the trim, the base, the casings around the doors and windows, the crown molding? What kind of a look or a feel are you? Is it a contemporary? Or are you trying to go classical? What are we talking about?
Really classical, not too contemporary. Kind of the beach theme with a beige and kind of a sandstone tile, that type of thing.
Okay. So here is my advice. It is a little unconventional by most people's standards, but you will never regret this. Here it is. 8-foot ceilings. By today's standards are, the low ceilings. New homes are all being done with 9, and in bigger homes we go up above that. That's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with an 8-foot ceiling. But to be conscious and to get the most out of a room, any room that has an 8-foot ceiling in it, what we do not want to do is put too much stuff at the ceiling line or on the ceiling to draw our eyes up to it so that the ceiling comes down to us. In other words, we don't want to draw attention there. So I'm going to say that you should seriously consider not putting up crown molding. Most people have just been told, hey, if you're going to make a fancy room, you got to have crown molding. Not true. And I'll tell you why. The fancy thing that you put up at the corner of the wall and the ceiling is drawing your attention to it, and it will draw attention to the fact that the ceiling isn't too high up there. It's right there. So here's what we want to do. We want to add all sorts of molding and trim and a classical feel to your place. Where we want to do it is, number one, starting at the floor, those baseboards. For an 8-foot ceiling, baseboards can easily be, and I would argue should be, somewhere between 6 and 7 inches tall. Not a little scrawny 2.5 inch, not a 3-inch baseboard, but a nice, big, beefy 6 or 7 inch baseboard. Then, wow, that is just way too tall for that room, Dean. No, it's not. It is not. A wall is essentially a column. Like a Greek column, Roman column, kind of cut and peeled and laid out flat. And you couldn't imagine a very powerful column without a nice base, a pedestal base, a pediment at the bottom. That is what we call, yeah, go ahead.
How do we handle then the door trim and then a window or a slider? What happens to the width there?
Yeah, so door and window trim is going to be smaller than the baseboard, probably by about half. Okay, we're talking about 3.5 inch trim around the doors and the sliders and or the windows, and those go all the way down to the floor. They go around all 3 sides down to the floor, and then that 7.5 inch baseboard comes in from the side and meets it at the side of the casing. So that's what I'm suggesting. There are a bunch of different patterns that you could use in order to do that. You could even put, if you're going to go for a real classic design, you could put what's called a plinth block at the bottom of the door casing so that there's something really beefy and solid for the baseboard to hit. But all I'm saying is, in essence, to give you just a general parameter, the casing, half the size of the baseboard, if not a little bit less. That goes around the doors and the windows, and a nice, big, tall baseboard at the bottom, but no crown at all at the top, so that the taller that we go in the room, the lighter and airier the room feels. Believe me, I don't have a stitch of crown molding in my house, not a stitch. We live in a little cottage. We have 8-foot ceilings in most of the house. I wouldn't dream of putting any crown molding up there, but no one who comes into my house says that we are lacking moldings and trims. We have all sorts of sill and trim around the windows and the doors and tall baseboards, and people are like, ooh, I love all the trim and molding in your house. Not a single piece of crown anywhere.
So do the window trim and the door trims on your interior doors, they would match, correct?
Yes, that's what we call casing. Casing goes around windows and doors. Baseboard goes at the bottom of the wall.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are so welcome, Linda. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being up on a Saturday morning. And good luck with your place. It's going to look gorgeous. I'm sure it is. All right, when we come back, take another call. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Brian Baruman has the news.
Well, police say a 13-year-old boy has been killed after he was hit by a car riding his bike in Corona. The leader of the Oath Keepers militia group is in jail on charges of plotting to attack the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. And King Richard has won the LA Press Club's Veritas Award that honors movies based on real people and events. And we'll go back to the 60s next.
Excuse me, I had to cough. It is no secret, as a home designer and a builder, when my clients need solar, I call Sunlux. Why do I do that? Because Sunlux does not waste my time or yours with useless promos or gimmicks or high-pressure sales. They simply do the best solar design in town. They only use cutting-edge equipment like LG panels and Tesla Powerwall batteries, and they have the best service. And to prove it, Sunlux has hands down, listen to me now, the best warranty in the entire solar industry. Other companies sound confident in their solar, but ask them what they'll do if the system doesn't always produce the amount of energy that it should and that it was designed to. Here's what Sunlux will do. They will pay the difference in your electric bill. That is confidence in design and their equipment. Car companies don't give you guarantees on their mileage ratings, do they? No, they're not going to buy your gas for you, right? Well, that is the Sunlux difference. It's why I always say there's only 2 kinds of solar companies in Southern California, Sunlux and everybody else. So get solar, start saving money today at sunlux.com. That's Sunlux, CSLB 100837.
At Churches, we're doing 10 pieces of our crave-worthy comfort made spicy or classic. That's 10 legs and thighs packed with bold flavors. That's how we do value. So you can do the Churches 10 starting at $10.99 deal. Churches, bringing them down home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
SoCal weather from KFI. There is a tsunami advisory along the coast this morning. It's expected to start around 7:40. Avoid the beaches. This report brought to you by Churches. And we're going back to this crash on the 60.
In Miraloma on the 60 westbound at Awanda. All lanes that have been shut down here. CHP saying another 10 minutes or so before they can open at least a couple of right lanes. Really jammed up drive starting around Country Village Road. In Long Beach, 710 South transition to the 405 North remains shut down for cleanup of an earlier crash there. They're going to have to repair the guardrail as well. So they're saying approximately 10 a.m. before that will reopen. And Westminster on the southbound side of the 405 before the 22. Crash and car fire being cleaned up here. Only the left lane has been open. You're seeing delays starting at Seal Beach Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. Robert DeBucky.
Real credit card questions require real people. Someone who understands your issues and works to resolve them with you. That's why Discover offers helpful, U.S.-based representatives. Available 24/7. Discover. Exceptionally common sense.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and is only available if the provider determines the prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to 4hims.com/joy. That's right, free. Zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/joy.
All right, are you tired of running around changing water filters all over your home or wrestling with heavy bags of salt to fill that outdated water softener? Here is my advice. Stop it. The time has come to get filtered, great-tasting water everywhere without any of the old hassles. A Life Source whole house water system connects directly to the main of your house. It filters out harsh chemicals. It reduces hard water problems before they ever get into your home. You're going to taste the difference when you drink, and when you cook, you will feel the difference when you bathe. No more bottled water, no maintenance of any kind, no filters to change, no salt to add. The system is going to take care of itself for the next 10 years or more. And right now, LifeSource is offering free consults and free installation. There's no middleman with LifeSource. You get factory direct service, installation, and expertise. Call LifeSource today at 800-334-5009. 800-334-5009 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the protection you need at the low rate you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts in response to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save up to $1,000 on Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds, plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
All right. Do you need a new appliance? Oh, yeah. This is going to be a problem in 2022. Serious COVID supply chain delays and price increases. Some brands have gone up over 20%. And you will likely be waiting 8 months or more for delivery. That is a problem. Here is the solution. WDC Kitchen and Bath Center. WDC saw it all coming. They secured $25 million of inventory before the recent price jumps and before the supply line shut down. So right now, with high prices and delays everywhere else, WDC is having its winter appliance sale with up to 35% off select brands, free delivery for purchases over $5.99, and next day delivery to LA, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties. You can check inventory in real time right on the WDC website. In times like these, you need more than just an appliance store. You need the experts that I have trusted for years. WDC. To find the WDC nearest you, go to WDCappliances.com, WDCappliances.com.
I know the weight of the world seems to rest on your shoulders, and sometimes life seems like it's filled only with confusion and chaos. But I assure you, I have a plan for you.
The Jesus Christ Show. Tomorrow morning at 6 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Welcome home. All right, we're coming to you live here on this blustery, I think it's safe to say, out here where we are, blustery Saturday morning. The sky is starting to lighten up. We're just a few minutes before 7 a.m. Thanks for joining the program with me. We are spending some time today talking about house therapy. House and people therapy. Yeah. We'll get back to that in just a couple of minutes, but we are still doing what we do, going to the phones. Let's talk to Bob. Hey, Bob. Welcome home.
Thank you, Dean. Enjoy your program. We just finished a wood deck and railing, and we'd like to keep it natural. And in a prior program, you mentioned a sealer that you'd recommended, and I thought I'd never forget it, but of course. So, you recall what that was?
An exterior wood sealer. Q-Tech. Had to look at Tina. I'm like, come on, give it to me. What is it? Q-Tech. C-U-T-E-K. And what is the, okay, it's always a question of the website, right? Is it QTechUSA.com or what is it, Dave? She's looking it up. We're looking it up, Bob. So what kind of wood is outside? It's a new railing?
Well, we did the deck itself is 2x6 Doug fir, and the railing is a combination of 2x6 and 2x4 Doug fir.
Gotcha. Yeah. QTechAmerica.com. Yeah, we've given it out in the past, and people are like, "Listen, this is a Canadian company, and they won't sell here." And it's like, no, I was handing out the wrong website. So QTechAmerica.com. And I'll tell you why, Bob. Why I'm so impressed with this stuff. And by the way, they are not a sponsor of the show. I would love that, but they are not a sponsor of the show. Q-Tech, I was directed a few years back by my friend John Nelson at Decor Paints out in Thousand Oaks. He's like, Dean, you got to try this for your deck. Because it is, number one, an oil-based deck sealer. When it comes to exterior wood sealing like that, you don't want to go with the water-based stuff. You want to go with the oil-based stuff. Wood loves oil, period. Wood loves oil. So this stuff lasts, and the other thing that I love about it is the sealer itself. The sealer base is completely clear, but they sell it with small bottles of tint in various, colors and tints and shades and so on, whether grays or reds or, anything. There's a whole selection of tints that you add to it. And so, unlike any other deck sealer or stain on the market that I am aware of, Q-Tech is something where you can decide exactly what the formulation, the tint level, and the color, if any. And where that really comes in handy, Bob, is, so you're doing a Douglas fir deck, which is great. It's going to need some maintenance, as life goes along, and at some point you might need to replace a board or two. And when you do, you're going to be able to come up with a tint level of the brand new board, just like I did about 2 years ago now. I had to replace a section of my desk because the remodel on my house moved the location of a slide